Hey everybody, Kaylin McBee with Balance Massage and Wellness Center. Welcome to this week's 3-Minute Thursday. We are welcoming Jen Torillo with Concentric Care and Wellness back again for round 2 of our ergonomic proper setup. So if you missed it already, be sure to check out the previous video on chair situation because that's really kind of the root. But now we're going to move from the chair to the desk. So Jen, take it away.
Take it away. So we're going to scoot in, and ideally the feet are going to be planted on something. We're going to use our imagination in this case. The next thing that we'll do is looking at your actual desk setup. There's something called a primary workspace, a secondary workspace, and a tertiary workspace.
Tertiary, so
fancy. I know. So that primary workspace is really going to be your keyboard, likely the mouse if you are using one, things that you are using very regularly in your workspace.
Okay.
So they should be really within reach. You should really only have to move the arms a little bit. Things that are move out in that kind of that realm at secondary, tertiary, those are the things that you're using a lot less frequently.
Got it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, this is the desk that my husband works at, so his body's a little bit different than mine, obviously. So for me, I feel like that keyboard is a little far of a scooch. So I'm going to bring this forward.
Love it.
So that when my shoulders are relaxed, this feels like a natural spot for me.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. Perfect. Now I want to talk about the keyboard.
Yeah.
We're gonna not mess with your husband's keyboard, but there's a few things to consider. A lot of times we think, oh, those little feet on the back.
Oh, no, I hate the feet.
No, we don't need the feet.
I know, I hate the feet.
We don't need
taking the feet down.
And so a fun
feet
story,
be gone.
Yeah, a fun story about the feet is keyboards. When we transitioned from using typewriters and word processors back in the 80s and 90s, the keyboard companies were putting those little feet on the back to help ease the transition.
Right.
And in a perfect world, we really should have the keyboard flat.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so if you look at the wrist and the forearm, we should be here rather than here.
Right.
Or super extended.
Yeah, totally jacked.
And it's an adjustment, trust me, I know. But that's one thing that I would make a suggestion is to look at your keyboard and ensure that it's in a really good position for your body. You can certainly put a wrist rest. That's totally a personal preference to help keep that alignment.
Okay.
The other thing that I would consider is looking at your primary workspace, things you use regularly, they're always close by.
Yeah.
Less reaching, kind on your shoulders. Exactly.
Got it.
The elbow rests for your chair, they're a smidge high for your body, but we're not going to mess with Josh's setup. The last thing I'd love to talk about is your screen. So the screen height, how high do I set them? So there are a few different landmarks and we're all built a little bit differently, so we just need to be mindful of that. The top of your computer screen should be at least eyebrow height to mid forehead height. So if you're looking downwards, that's going to be additional
too much.
tension.
I can feel that instantly.
And if
it's too high,
exactly.
The other thing too is he has two screens here.
Yep.
So he can sort of toggle eyes.
Yeah.
But if you only have one, you want to make sure that it's directly in front of you, not to one side or the other.
Oh yeah.
Even I do that.
And we can even talk more about screens another time if there's interest, but there is a rhyme and a reason as to why we split screens. If we have a primary and a secondary, we can dig and go real deep there. But I think looking at the height is a great place to start.
Wonderful. So we've got keyboard, mouse, screens. For part 2. I love it. Jen, as always, thank you for your expertise. Love sharing all this information. And do be sure to share this video with those who you know that this information will help. And this is Kaylin McBee with Balance Massage and Wellness Center. Make it a great day, everybody.